Urgent. The future of the Bears hangs by a thread as insiders reveal the secret draft target that will change everything. Meanwhile, a key signing has been locked in after a historic contract with another franchise. But time is running out for Chicago. And just when you thought you knew it all, a crucial player receives an unsettling endorsement while their future remains in grave danger. The offensive line is on fire, and Caleb Williams could be the victim. Don't go anywhere. This exclusive information could change your perspective on the 2025 season. Subscribe now so you don't miss anything. The future of the Chicago Bears is at stake, folks. We're just days away from the 2025 draft, and what's happening behind the scenes is going to blow your mind. The most connected insiders in the organization have just dropped a bombshell that could define the destiny of our franchise. You know what's the craziest thing about this draft? The absolute uncertainty. Everyone is speculating about what the Bears will do with that number 10 pick. Some analysts say running back, others tight end, and there's even talk of edge rusher or safety. But let me tell you this, those who really know the organization are pointing in a very specific direction. Kevin Fishbain and Adam Johns, probably the two most connected journalists with the Bears, have just published their mock drafts on The Athletic. And here's the interesting part. Both predict that Chicago will select an offensive tackle in the first round. Coincidence? I think not. This smells like insider information. Fishbain projects Kelvin Banks from Texas, while Jans leans towards Josh Conley Jr. from Oregon. The reason? Simple and compelling. Protecting Caleb Williams is the absolute priority. And who can argue with that logic when our rookie quarterback was sacked 68 times last season? 68! That's unacceptable. But what about Tyler Warren, the tight end that's been mentioned so much? According to these insiders, he's still an option, but they consider him a luxury pick compared to the premium pick that an offensive tackle would be? And Ashton Jeanty? Well, in this scenario, the Las Vegas Raiders would have already selected him with the 6th pick. I ask you, isn't it fascinating how both journalists, working independently, arrived at such a similar conclusion? I'm telling you, this is no coincidence. This is information coming straight from Hollis Hall. Ryan Poles has a plan to complete the reconstruction of that offensive line, and it seems that plan includes a new first-round left tackle. But this story has another dimension we can't ignore. While we're talking about the draft, a recent move in the NFL has just confirmed that one of Poles' most criticized decisions in this free agency was, in fact, a masterstroke. Remember when the Bears signed Drew Dalman for 3 years and $42 million? Many thought it was an overpay. But wait till you hear this. The Philadelphia Eagles have just signed their center, Cam Jurgens, for 4 years and $68 million. $68 million. That's an average of $17 million per year, way above Dalman's $14 million annually. And this is the beginning. Tyler Linderbaum from Baltimore, Connor McGovern from Buffalo, and the beast Frank Ragnow from Detroit, all of them will be candidates for million-dollar extensions soon. In the blink of an eye, Gallman's contract will go from being the 3rd highest for a center to not even being in the top 5. Think Ryan Poles is playing chess while others play checkers. Do you realize how visionary this move was? He secured one of the best centers in the league, the 4th best according to PFF, before the market exploded. By next year, that $14 million annual contract will seem like a bargain. I ask you, how many times have we criticized Poles for not adequately protecting our quarterback? Well, it seems he's finally correcting that mistake, and he's doing it with cunning and foresight. If Dalman performs like the top 5 center he was last season, Chicago will have gotten exceptional value. But not everything is good news on the offensive line front. The situation with Braxton Jones remains one of the big question marks for the 2025 season. Jones, that left tackle who was a 5th-round steal in 2022, has had a rocky road. After playing all 17 games as a rookie, injuries have severely limited his impact. A hamstring injury in 2023 left him with only 11 games, and an ankle injury in 2024 reduced him to 12 games. And here's the bombshell. He's expected to have limitations when this year's training camp begins. Despite this concerning outlook, offensive line coach Dan Rouchar has just given a strong endorsement to Jones. Listen to this. He's a phenomenal man. He has incredible character. I see his work ethic. I've seen him rehabilitate since I've been here, from morning until early afternoon. He's working and making strong improvements right now. I think he's someone who always exceeds expectations. I think he'll continue to improve. That's our collective job, to bring out the best in him. Nice words, no doubt. But let me tell you this. Words don't block pass rushers. Words don't protect Caleb Williams. Jones may have incredible character and admirable work ethic, but what's the use if he can't stay healthy for a full season? When Jones has played, he's shown flashes of excellence. His PFF rating of 77.4 placed him as the 20th tackle out of 140 evaluated. In pass protection, his 80.8 ranked him 17th. Those are solid numbers. But again, availability is the best ability in the NFL, and Jones simply hasn't been consistently available. Meanwhile, Kieran Amegadjie, a third-round pick from last year, will get more reps with the starters during preseason training. But with the injuries that wiped out much of his rookie season, Amegadjie is more of a question mark than a reliable backup. I ask you, would you trust Caleb Williams' blindside to someone who hasn't proven they can last a full season? Or to a second-year player who's barely seen action in the NFL? I think the answer is obvious, and it perfectly explains why insiders are projecting that Chicago will select an offensive tackle in the first round. If the Bears go that route, they have several interesting options. Will Campbell from LSU and Armin Membu from Missouri top the list? Campbell, despite having short arms, is considered the best lineman in the draft. Membu has a level of athleticism that few linemen possess. If both are off the board, Kelvin Banks Jr. from Texas or Josh Simmons would also be solid options. The conclusion is clear. The Bears' offensive line remains a top concern. Ryan Poles has made smart moves to address the interior of the line. But the left tackle remains a potential weak point. With Caleb Williams entering his second year, and after being brutally punished in his rookie season, protecting the quarterback has to be the number one priority. I tell you this with total conviction. The 2025 draft will define the future of our franchise. If Poles gets these picks right, especially in the first round, the Bears could finally have the team needed to seriously compete in the NFC North. If he fails, we can add another year to our painful, endless rebuild. But enough of my opinions. I want to know what you think. Should Chicago select an offensive tackle in the first round? Or would you prefer to see Tyler Warren or another position? Do you think Braxton Jones deserves another chance as a starter? And what do you think of Drew Dalman's contract now that Cam Jurgens has redefined the market? I'll read you in the comments. Do you really think a first-round offensive tackle will save Caleb Williams from another punishing season? Or do you think Drew Dalman's signing was Ryan Poles' most visionary move? Would you trust the franchise's future to a Braxton Jones who hasn't proven durability? I need to know your opinion. Bears family, this is the most critical moment for our franchise, and I don't want you to miss a single detail of what's going to happen in the coming days. Like this video, share it with other fans hungry for real information, and above all, subscribe to be part of the most authentic Bears family on YouTube. Here we analyze the news unfiltered with the passion you deserve. I won't let you down. Bear down and see you in the next video.